Welcome to Modern Mystic Messages. I'm Teresa, and I do thank you for stopping by, clicking on the video. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. In any event, Happy New Year, everyone. I do wish you a peaceful, prosperous, abundant, manifestational, woo, 2025. Because, look, I know 2024, we kind of been through it a little bit. We know we're manifesting a lot of stuff, but it's on its way, y'all. It is on its way. We have made it through this year. I'm looking forward to it. And that was one of the reasons why, even though I've been doing a lot of introspection the past few days, I hadn't been uploading to the channel as much as I'd like to, but I needed to get in here and get some messages out for the collective. That's one of the reasons why I'm actually a little more dressed than I normally would be as well. I went out and did some new moon work and some New Year's Eve work, and I did, just in case you're interested, I did burn some ancestor money for my ancestors, for our ascended masters and angels that guide us here, that I take direction from, and for your ancestors as well. Genuinely, any and all ancestors of anyone that's in our collective at this point. And truthfully, time is quantum. So even those that are coming in later, but especially this little family here, I certainly love and appreciate all 75 of the soul family that are here now. And I did ask for guidance and direction and give thanks and made an offering of ancestor money to all of your ancestors as well through all times and dimensions that are of the highest white light, to thank them for everything they have done, are doing, and will do for us as we move forward as generational curse breakers, light workers, star seeds, stepping into our purpose in 2025. So let's get on in here. One of the things, I'm going to do a couple of readings tonight because I don't go out and party and all of that good stuff. Even though I know I look like I'm dressed up to go somewhere, but gold is one of the manifestational colors for money and abundance. My green and gold caftan is gotten a little bit snug right now, so I couldn't do that. So I was like, you know what, purple and gold, that will work. But the thing is, we're the chosen. We are that spiritual royalty. So I just wanted to pay it a little bit of homage today, and we'll get in there and do that. But before we do, let me get a little Palo Santo and some sage going here for us as well. Now, this evening, the first reading of tonight, and I don't know, you probably won't see them until tomorrow. I know people have plans and are doing their thing. But this reading, I've actually been trying to get out for a minute. I had a very dear member of the soul family asked a question about whether or not they might be under spiritual attack. Um, and truthfully, this is someone personally known to me. I had gotten that indication in meditation several months ago, but at the time I didn't get a super strong. Well, I can't say I didn't get a strong hit. The fact that I saw it was strong enough of a hit, but at the time I wasn't really pushing the issue because I wasn't trusting necessarily in what I was hearing. However, this person actually went to a seer in their country where they live, and before, without the man knowing anything about them or anything about their situation, they saw the spiritual attack as well. So I pulled cards for that individual on a personal level, but then I was trying to record it and there was a sound issue, so I was going to pull again, but instead of like just reading the cards that I had, because I contacted them and told them what the card said, I decided I wanted to pull one for the collective to see, what came out that way. And I actually kind of expounded a couple of the cards I did keep because I kind of knew that there was an answer there. Let me see. And actually, when I pulled from the Arisha cards, some cards came out that I had not seen come out for me out of the deck before, and I didn't want to get rid of them. And one of them was a Legua. Now, I think I've told y'all before, this card, Elegua, represents the keeper of all windows and doors. He is doors and roads. He is the door opener. This card shows up for me every time I handle this deck, but it doesn't actually come out. If I'm shuffling, a lot of the drawings that we have to do, the spreads call for multiple shuffles, and it will peek in and through me at the cut multiple times. If I shuffle this deck 10 times, this card will show at least 5 of them every single time. But when I actually ask the question directly of the cards about the protection and spell work, this card actually came out. So when I pull the cards again for the collective, I kept this one. I think this one came out, Iku, and a couple of others, but I wanted to keep them. But in any event, I'm going to show you the cards as they came out. We may pull a few others, but I did want to look at it. And then after that, I'll cleanse the table, and we're going to look in the first 3 months of 2025, some information for the star seeds in general, and perhaps some love messages too, to kind of see where we're heading into 2025 with all of those energies. But now, as we get started, of course, do want to call in our spiritual team. So, of course, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Metatron, Archangel Sandalphon, we ask your guidance and protection as we enter into these messages for the collective. Yeshua, Saint Germain, Thoth, Inky, then Herzog, we ask your guidance and direction and presence as well as any of the ancestors and beings and guides of the highest white light here for our good, for myself as well as the collective. Please and thank you. Ashe. Okay, so let me get myself in the zone here with a little musica. I hope that don't get me in trouble. Let me turn it down a little bit. I think it'll be okay. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, starting out, in fact, let me get here where you can see the cards a little better. I started out here with some, I put most of the cards back. We're going to pull some of these others. I did want to ask, we'll do a live pull with some of these, get some angel answers as well as some messages from the Ascended Masters. And then I did pull some from the Book of the Dead that I wanted to look at here in regards to question. Ooh, what's this? Get more information. So in some cases, if you're not quite sure what's going on, then like you said, but truthfully, take action. Yeah. Most of us, if you have the idea or we're asking the question or kind of sort of wondering if you might be under spiritual attack, the chances are really good that you probably are. And by that, I mean, again, I'm not one that's always saying spell work. I'm not one to harp on that. However, there are some folks out there that smile in your face and steadily doing the evil eye. Ooh, wait a minute. Recovery came here though, so even if you are, that's a good sign. It is possible to get over it. But yeah, if you are at a situation where you know you're doing the spiritual work, you're manifesting, or you're trying to manifest, you're meditating, you're getting toxic people and energies out of your space, but it's still not happening for you the way you want to, or you're getting a job, you get a job and things are going wonky, you can't manifest here, your relationship having issues, just always something. There may be somebody in your background that's genuinely, energetically putting the stank eye on your stuff, even if they're not actively doing spell work. Enough haters can slow your roll if you're not aware of it. And truthfully, something I hadn't considered but was brought to my attention, especially for the chosen, that know that we're here on a special mission, know we got spiritual work to do, all those kinds of things. Some of us, as true generational curse breakers, literally have energies and entities that have been traveling through lifetimes trying to stop us from this awakening that we're experiencing right now. Right in the Bible, folks, it tells us we battle not against flesh and blood, but against powers and principalities. Powers and principalities are non corporeal energetic beings. Power and the powers, except that goes even bigger than the singular being. Is look, if you don't think we're under the influence of powers and principalities in this planet, go turn on the television, look in a newspaper, go online. Look at the mess that's happening, the moral meltdown, the wars all over the planet. There's nobody that you could think of on an individual level that wants to go strap up, get guns, and go kill innocent men and women and children all over the planet. They don't. Most of the soldiers in most of the countries really, really don't. That's why you see those stories sometimes of soldiers from doing things that you would think are helping out people that you in lands that they normally wouldn't, because at the end of the day, they know we're all brothers and sisters. They're just doing a job, but they're working for somebody that's literally keeping us all up in arms at each other. So some of us are seriously under spiritual attack from those kinds of energies and entities as well. But I just wanted to get some information here to see and look here at the bottom of the deck. Listen to your intuition. Ooh, but within the next few, okay. Within the next few months, the situation will improve. There is opportunity coming. Ooh, at the top of the deck, romance, helpful people, trust, and a peaceful resolution. Okay, okay. I'll take that all day because ooh and ooh. Didn't really want to claim nothing crazy over here, but hey, we got to call them like we see them. But so far, we ain't doing too bad. So, yeah, you are on somebody's energetic radar, but you kind of sort of know. Whenever you answer the call, somebody ain't going to like it. Retreat into nature, clear and shield your energy, and trust are here again. Trust. Vishnu, El Moria, and the Green Man. Stay focused, Kathumi, and find the blessing in your current situation. Krishna. Some of us, me included, there's also an advocation, an urge here to drink more water with Oshun. And I know that applied to me. And truthfully, anybody that's trying to manifest, and during this time right now, we are in an ascension portal still. I think I mentioned before, some of us, and it's been an ongoing theme. I've heard it all over the tarot community. People that are being called to eat differently, or their sleep patterns are different. We're being called to move more, drink more water, eat less unhealthy foods, just clean it up. You know what you need to do. I know I'm not gonna preach on that because Lord knows I ain't got no room to preach. However, we know this is the time. And at the beginning of the year, people are always jumping into New Year's resolutions. The thing is, with 1406 on the clock, that used to be my home address. We used to be, we're being called to truthfully allow this ascension cycle to continue. So this isn't just a New Year's resolution for us. This is genuinely stepping into our new lives, a new reality, as creators of New Earth, truthfully stepping into New Earth. Now, obviously, everything doesn't happen overnight, but this is the doorway. This is the gateway. This ascension portal from here, it started basically at the solstice, but the energy is really ramped up again. We got some planetary events going on from the 28th through about the 4th or 5th. And then, like I said, we're on into actual Aquarius season anyway. Now, with the Book of the Dead, I wanted to look at these because this was what really, really let me know there was some stuff really happening here. We had Wajet, which I mean, come on now, it's a snake. You already know. But Wajet actually does represent protection too, and we're gonna look at those because they're not long book meanings. But then we had Seth and Jar, Scarab, and the Eye of Horus. So let's take a peek here. Let me put them back in order. Here we go. So 32. When Wajet is found in a reading, the card symbolizes wisdom and protection. You are being guided on your path, so listen to your intuition and be prepared to follow your instincts. Wajet may communicate with you via your dreams, so pay attention to them and look for the meanings hidden within them. Know that whatever happens, however difficult or stressful circumstances may be, you are being protected by this powerful goddess of rebirth and royalty. Remember that you hold a spark of divinity within you and use your magic to get where you want to be. Be regal. Trying to tell you, be regal. Yeah. So, and then we have Set 16, 17. Yeah, this card is basically Seth is the jealous brother who murdered Osiris to gain the throne of Egypt. Additionally, originally he was the god of desert storms, earthquakes, and natural disasters. Um, this card represents chaos and catastrophe, indicating that you should expect some degree of disruption. Um, Equally, though, this card also cautions you against catastrophizing and making mountains out of molehills. There's no telling when a disaster will strike, so do what you can to future proof your life as a general precaution. Make sure you know where all your important documents are, keep a first aid kit handy, and have savings that you can fall back on. Seth comes to remind you that chaos is as natural as a thunderstorm. You can't prevent the storm, but you can learn to dance in the rain. This card suggests that you take a few sensible precautions so that should a disaster strike, you and your family will be able to navigate it as soon as possible. And truthfully, if you suspect or have asked the question or considered that you might be under some form of spiritual attack, that means staying, being about your business as far as seeing to cleansing, doing your cleansing baths, keeping the energy moving around your house. If however you're being guided to do that and staying on it, doing the cord removals. And truthfully, I'm trying to think on Soulful Revolution within the last day or two, she Mary Jo actually I can't remember the name of the reading, but she was talking about removals as opposed to cutting, cord cutting. The idea is because I mean all of this is stuff we're doing in our minds, but when there's a cord cutting, you're still leaving a root of something that you don't want in you still in you. You might want to do cord removals, however that works for you, so that mentally, energetically, on the quantum field, you're doing these cleansing. And I'm not saying you won't have to repeat it, because some of these folks out here that you're cutting out of your life don't want to be cut loose. And some of them you may not even be aware of, but be in meditation and be mindful and let your guides show you where you need to go and what needs to be done with that. Now, as far as the jar, in the Egyptian Book of the Dead, canopic jars were used to hold the mummified vital organs of the deceased. There were usually 4 jars in all. They contained the lungs, liver, stomach, and intestines. The jars were guarded and protected by the sons of Horus. These jars were then put in the tomb with the mummy so that the deceased had them ready for the afterlife. When this card is present in a spread, it indicates that there is a need for containment for the purposes of self-preservation. This could mean that you need to guard your tongue or hold your secrets more closely. This is especially the case if the sarcophagus card is also present, as these two together suggest that someone is about to spill the beans. This jar card also suggests that it's time for you to contain your power and energy. Stop giving these things away, but guard them carefully. Keep things to yourself. Follow your instincts about a situation. What does your gut tell you? Listen to your intuition. And this is something too that I'm having to be more mindful of. Oh, I bumped the camera. I'm very much, I like being an open book, but I'm actually beginning to understand when it comes down to this energy, spell work, and all that other stuff. Sometimes we have to not be such an open book. And especially since I'm out here in this public arena now as a reader, there are some folks eventually that they trolled the comments of almost every channel. Now I haven't gotten big enough as a channel yet to draw that kind of attention, but I've seen it in so many other readers' comment sections. There are some people that are so miserable in their life that they really don't have anything else to do but to go on the energetic attack against people that are genuinely trying to get help. And it's sad. So just be mindful of who you share your information with, your plans, and all that. And I mean, I know we got to, but just a word to the wise, even amongst friends and family, if you're having those kind of energy issues and you don't know where it's coming from, be very careful who you share any of that information with until you get that contained. hmm Now let's look at card 6, Scarab. The scarab represents some kind of a renewal or rebirth to come. This is a time of second chances, second glances, and fresh starts. It could indicate a sudden change in life direction or a blast from the past. Welcome to 2025. Old flames, lost loves, and reminiscing with old friends are also suggested by this card. Bear in mind that while the past can be revisited, it is not a place to stay. There may be things going on under the surface, good or bad, that have yet to come to light. So guard your heart if you take the trip down memory lane with an old flame. And that's very much something that you want to be mindful of, especially those that are going through this transformation and rebirth ascension cycle thing right now. Ooh, it was 2222 when I first looked at the timer on talking about this. But as you go through these levels of learning or dark night and introspection and all those good things, expect that those people are going to pop back up. I promise you, they're going to pop back up. And if they don't come individually exactly, situations very similar to them will come back up. It's almost like spirit, the universe, or whatever is allowing you to be tested to see if you really got the lesson or if you're going to stay there again before you graduate into the next phase. Though, don't be surprised if some of those exes and blasts from the past or not so wonderful blasts from the past, people, friends, relatives, whomever, you might not have talked to some of those people in years. They're going to pop back up. But you know about it, be prepared for it. Don't get blindsided by it because you are in a cycle of something wonderful coming your way if you can stay focused and not allow that stuff to blindside you. And I'm so sorry, folks. I'm trying to find. I can't see because my thing to clean my glasses is black. It's dark against this table, but I'm gonna just use a napkin here because I can't have see. I was hoping for my little microfiber cloth, but nope. Okay. And then last but not least, as far as these cards, we have card 33, which is the Eye of Horus. And then we're going to get into the other tarot cards that I pull. When you see the Eye of Horus in a spread, then it is a sign that someone in the spirit realm is watching over you. This card also suggests that any bad luck or misfortune you might have suffered will pass and you will be guided to happier times. This is the card of watchfulness. So if you feel someone has been behaving in a negative way towards you or trying to sabotage you in some way, know that the Eye of Horus will deflect their spite and you will not be harmed. This is a powerful card symbolizing a spiritual level of guidance and healing. You are on the right path, so don't allow a setback to derail your progress. Eventually, you will triumph over those who may have tried to thwart you, just as Horus exacted his revenge on Seth for murdering his father. Now, we could stop there because, like I said, when those cards came out, I knew for sure that somebody, I know I have been, and the person I asked the question of, but these were the cards I pulled for the collective. Somebody in the collective is definitely under some form of spiritual attack. Let's just say that because I don't know exactly what form it takes. However, your spirit team is aware of it too, and there is protection there for you. Now we're moving on to the tarot. And I think here, I think I pulled the Celtic cross basically, or it would have been the Crux Astante, but yeah, we started out with the Eight of Pentacles. So you are doing the spiritual work, and truthfully, that's why you're under attack, because you are doing the spiritual work. But Judgment is here, Temperance is here, the Emperor is here, and the Two of Pentacles is Balance. Now, Judgment along with the Eight of Pentacles, Temperance, like I said, that's like a level up protection all day. It's like I had to keep these cards because it was so many major arcana that came out, and I specifically sat down because I don't always ask a specific question. I just see what comes out in the cards. But this time I specifically asked about this spiritual attack situation, and all these major arcana came out. You doing your part, and spirit gonna do the rest. You're going to find balance here. The Two of Pentacles is here. The Hierophant is here. And that's why you're under attack, but it's also why you got so many spirits, all these heavy hitters. You're working your way through the tarot. This is what this represents. I can't say, well, this is this one coming in, this is coming in. I'm asking a specific question about a specific situation. This represents not only your spiritual guidance, but where you are spiritually. You are working your way through the major arcana. The Fool is here, from the Hierophant to the Fool and the Emperor. Now, Temperance and Judgment are outside angelic guidance, protection, oversight, if you will. Six of Pentacles to get you to that point of reciprocity. And consider, even if it's not you that's under attack, it might be your partner. If you believe that you are calling in a divine counterpart, or you're with your divine counterpart or twin flame, one and or both of you are almost certainly under spiritual attack. Because I'm trying to tell you for sure, the enemy does not want divine counterparts together. Twin flames, divine counterpart, kingdom spouses, whatever you want to call it, those are secret weapons in God's army of light. Because energetically, when two people that have done this spiritual work here get together in a balanced, harmonious way, their love is absolutely alchemical, and the energy spreads forth in a way that is what the what? The TV just turned itself off and on. It don't normally do that. That's interesting. Y'all, what we got going on over here? Cause that's new. I can't tell you how long. I mean, no, this is the same TV that's been sitting on the same wall all this time, and I was not touching the remote. Ain't nobody come through here. Oh, okay. The internet connection went out. That's interesting. All right, I don't have to have it. That's fine too. But yeah, the lovers came here. So it could be a decision point. It doesn't have to be a physical love, but I honestly think after you done came through all of this, don't you? You look. You do the spiritual battle. You done do the spiritual work. You coming through with the angels watching over you. You stepping up into this infra energy and find balance. Spiritually, you're being called to be a leader, and you've done the spiritual, like I said, the spiritual work, because you got the Hierophant here and the Fool. And then you get to this point of reciprocity. Wouldn't you want someone to share this with? We got the Hangman here. And then I basically, with the Celtic cross, sometimes I pull a comet's tail. It's three more And with that, we have the Three of Wands, movement, the Chariot, more movement for sure, and Justice. Temperance, Justice, Judgment, the Hierophant, the Fool, the Lovers, the Hangman, and the Emperor. What? Family. So yeah, they tried it. Somebody for sure is trying to stop you because obviously you got a big purpose and big energy behind you, and you being called to do big things. Now, why with the Eight of Pentacles we had here, and these I actually had pulled first, I think, before, but I laid those down just because it made more sense. The first time I pulled this set of cards in the number one position in the spread came Ogun, which Ogun talks about justice and fairness. He is a protector, but this is also an indication of a beautiful, like I said, divine love. They call it grandiloquent in this book, but they have a lot of old-fashioned words. But yeah, Ogun is here with this Eight of Pentacles. And this next time when I pulled the deck, I just, like I said, I left in the position the enslaved prisoner was there. So this spiritual situation has had you bound, but there is a way out of it. The Ace of Earth was here with Judgment. So there's most likely going to be some funds come along with that. And your fairies are here. The message from air is with Temperance. The Baba Orisha is here with an Emperor. So the Hierophant is here and the Emperor are here. This is for sure a spiritual mission. This is a man of God. So the Emperor is all about the commerce and the money and all of that good stuff. But with being clarified by the Baba Orisha, no. Yeah, the Emperor gonna have the money and all that, and may have a financial empire, but it's doing something that is a spiritual bent here. Now this balance point, Iku, death, the rebirth cycle, and that came with the. Okay, no. Yeah, the Baba Orisha was here, Iku with the Two of Pentacles. And then in this one, the first time I pulled the Hierophant, that's where Elegua was, the opener of roads. The next time I pulled through, it came with the Two of Fire. So there was a 2-2 here. Two of Pentacles, Two of Wands. With Elegua and the Hierophant. Then the Guardian Angel is here with the Fool. Eshu is another crossroads type being here with the Six of Pentacles. I think I want to look at that one to see what Eshu is talking about, because there is a kind of a little bit of a and truthfully, Pombagira, well, never mind. There's two essences of Eshu, but that's a whole nother situation. The Lovers is here with the Three of Wands, so we've seen the Three of Wands here twice. Wait a minute. Yeah, because it's here. And then Yansa, Oya, came here with, well, actually, the Lovers was here with Oya the first time, and the second time I clarified it, the Three of Wands came out, I believe. Then we had the Ace of Wands with the Hanged One. Oh, y'all, I didn't even know. Okay, so it's a 3-3-3 here. The Chariot is here with the Three of Earth. So we had the Three of Earth, the Three of Fire, and the Three of Wands. Well, the Three of Fire is the Wands again, and then we had this 2-2-2 message. And then the Ace of Pentacles or Ace of Water was here with the Three of Wands, and Yemoya with Justice. So whatever they tried, I thought they was going to do, I believe you and your divine counterpart, whether you with them yet or not, will be covered. But you do have to be aware of it and ask for that protection, but it is absolutely there for you. I don't really want to dig deeper in here because this reading has already gone on longer than I intended to. but I did want to get that message out for whoever needed to hear it. And again, I do want to say Happy New Year to you, family, and I hope this message gives you some comfort and direction. Um, Absolutely look forward to working with you and for you in coming into the upcoming year. And again, thank you for allowing me to get this message to you today as well. I wish you much success in the upcoming year. I look forward to us growing as a family, and I don't know what Spirit is going to have. Well, actually, with the upcoming week, like I said before, I hadn't gotten into it, but this week coming up, we will be starting in discussing the Enuma Elish. The other readings will continue, but I am going to actually start going into that material. So definitely turn on your notifications. Of course, please hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you have not subscribed already. And we're going to start getting into that information. I'm actually will start looking at the forward, I think, tomorrow. We've got several readings on deck that I wanted to get out of the way for early into 2025. And then we're going to dig into the spiritual work. Family, I love you so much. And again, thank you for joining me. Peace and blessings to you. Ashe. Take care. Namaste.